This is how I use AI. And I do want you to use AI, especially when I am not there to guide you. Use AI as a virtual professor to support you. Hello, welcome to this channel. I just wanted to reflect on what happened this afternoon. So, as some of you know, I'm a university lecturer, and I've just stepped out from a lecture in which I was teaching students about how to construct shear force and bending moment diagrams. So we've gone through the whole process of deriving the equation, and we're using this method which I call the discontinuity functions method. And at the end of the class, we've derived the equations, we've plotted the graph, and I wanted to show the students how the graphs looks. And I said, okay, in order for them to prove to them how this works, why not let's go onto an AI tool. So we went to one of the AI tools, ChatGPT, and then I plugged in the equations, plotted the graph, and showed them the results. And interestingly, as I was doing that, the students were a little bit confused, because normally when you in academics is working with students don't think we encourage them to actually engage with AI. And see me standing in the class demonstrating actively how an AI tool can be used to make your learning effective, to make your learning better. It really surprised them. And of course, we had conversations around it, and I was telling them, this is how I use AI. And I do want you to use AI, especially when I am not there to guide you. Use AI as a virtual professor to support you. And so when I left the class, I felt that I needed to share this, with my audience on YouTube, because clearly there are some people in this community who may be in universities or who may be a little bit skeptical around how to use AI. AI definitely has changed the way we teach. It has changed the way we assess students. It's also changed the way students learn. And as someone who is all the more for AI, I do want to see students use it very well and ethically. And so these are the things that I wanted to reflect quickly in this video, even as I step out of the classroom. And so the first thing that I've got written down here as a quick way to use AI is in data visualization. So you can use it quickly to visualize your data. Like I was saying, with these students, we've just finished working on deriving the equation of a shear force and bending moment diagram, and we've gone through what the textbook shows, and we've done all the plotting. But how sure are we with what we're doing? So we quickly went on to ChatGPT, we typed in the equations, asked ChatGPT to plot the function, and voila, it generated the result that we wanted. And so I left the students with this feeling that when you are at home and you've done through the tutorials that I've given you, I do want you to do the same. Go on to ChatGPT and ask it to generate similar plots. Of course, you need to be clear in the kind of command that you give to it. And once you've done that, then it's a quick way to visualize. So you generate a plot, you visualize your data to make sure it looks correct. That's allowed, that's okay, because you're using it as part of your process to quicken the speed of your learning, and so that in the end, you learn, and you learn very well. Sorry to interrupt your video. I just want to bring you 2 points. The first one is, please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. I really would like to have you as part of the member in this community of computational modeling, where we explore everything about computational modeling, so that when contents like this are made, you'll be the first to see it. Again, if you have ideas or videos you would like me to make along this whole philosophy of what this channel is about, please, again, do subscribe, do leave me a comment, and I will look at them and try and respond as much as possible. The second thing I want to let you know is that I'm building a live cohort masterclass. This is the very first that I've ever done on this channel, and it's something that people have requested quite a lot, that I should help make videos to sort of teach them more in depth about computational modeling across the issues that I make on this channel, like RVE modeling, like periodic boundary conditions, different designs, and a whole wide range of computational modeling issues. If you want to know about it, I have a dedicated wait list for this, so please click on the link in the description section of this video, where you get to be informed consistently about the progression of this live cohort masterclass about computational modeling. So thank you for your interest in doing those 2 things, and let's get back to the video. The second way that, again, I've noted here that you can use AI to enhance your learning is to actually help you generate quick solutions to problems. So if you think about the challenge we are dealing with in class, so the students will come up with these nice equations from our shear force and bending moment diagram simulation, solution. And we needed to sort of evaluate them. So let's say we've got an equation that says m is equal to 5x squared plus 2x minus 3. Of course, we can painstakingly do that, but I'll not go to ChatGPT and just tell it, please solve the equation where x is equal to 2 for me. And then it will evaluate the result and you can get that. In fact, within the class, we've got these functions and I was asking them, okay, let's solve for x equals 2, x equals 5, and it generated that properties, the numbers, and then we could use it right away. So that could be a second quick way. Instead of wasting your time trying to manually calculate this, why not use AI? In a way, it's a bit like using your calculator. But while your calculator, you're going to do it one by one. Then the AI tool, in this case, ChatGPT or Copilot, will quickly solve the solution for you and you could get an answer. An instance, I remember also earlier this week, I was teaching, a dynamics class. And in that dynamics class, we are dealing with an ordinary differential equation. And of course, I showed them the processes of deriving an ordinary differential equation for that solution. However, it made sense for us to explore using AI. So again, we went back to ChatGPT, asked it to obtain that solution. It generated the solution. Asked it to give us step by step around how that solution is generated, and it did. And of course, we had conversations in class with the students as to what is really going on. And this is again the strategy that I want members on this community to use. Go freely to these AI tools and use them effectively as a virtual professor who could help you with your work. So the next thing is in being able to use it as a how-to guide. A lot of times when I'm supporting my students, and they're working with Abacus, and there are certain things that they want to learn about how Abacus works. And it's good to go and look at the Abacus documentation and learn quickly. But let's just say you just want to see how does X finite element XFM works. And with that XFM, you're interested in finding out specifically what are the parameters that you need to fit in. What is the significance of those parameters? I'll quickly go to ChatGPT or Copilot and type that instruction. Tell me about the formulation of XFM within Abacus. What is the significance of this parameter? What's the significance of that other parameter? And that way you will begin to get some insight. So this is another way that I think students should proactively use these AI software tools in order to help them with their work and their learning. The other thing that I think also is important as another way that, again, I use this and I encourage students to use it, is also to use it as a tool for debugging your code. So a lot of time I write software in MATLAB, in Python, in any tool, especially if you're working with a MATLAB Python script, and you'll find that it can be quite difficult to see where the error is within your script, or maybe you don't know which command to use. So I would often go to ChatGPT and ask it, this is what I want to do, how does that work within the Abacus scripting interface? And it will give me the idea that give me the answer. Or maybe I've made a mistake and the code is not running and it's picking out an error and I'm not sure how that error needs to be solved. Again, I will go to the ChatGPT or Copilot and give it a prompt saying, this is the segment of the code, I don't know what's happening, can you explain to me what I'm getting wrong? And then again, ChatGPT will be able to provide you, more often than not, an answer to that. And this is really important as something that students need to almost naturally begin to use, because the AI tools have got a lot of material that they've used in training it, and so somewhere within its library it has access to the Abacus scripting interface. And so if you're concerned about how to use that, then why not go and ask the Abacus scripting, ask ChatGPT, and it will give you that solution that you need. And of course, the next one is linked to the debugging code. You can actually use it to work as a collaborative tool to start helping you get some framework about a problem that you want to solve. So let's say, I was thinking about this problem recently. I wanted to use an heuristic algorithm, to sort of randomly compact the distribution of fibers within a unidirectional composite. And I've got ideas about how to do this, using a steering algorithm, and I've read papers around that. But I didn't have a clear picture in my mind exactly how to start. And so I went to ChatGPT and I asked it, okay, I'm trying to build this code. This is what I'm trying to do. Can you suggest to me strategies within the literature of how people have been able to do this? So beyond the steering algorithm that I had, it gave me another library of different implementation, different heuristic implementation that could help me with creating this compact representation of the unidirectional composite. I even went further by asking the ChatGPT 2 that, can you please begin to demonstrate to me how the algorithm development can actually evolve? And I began to suggest strategies. For example, the steering algorithm, what I need to do, ask it to write a snippet of a code for me to help me understand that. And that's exactly what I do. And this is what I encourage my students to as well do, to use these AI tools as a collaborator in code development. What you mustn't do is to ask it to do the whole heavy lifting for you, but it can give you ideas about how to go about doing that. And that's why I really like this idea as a virtual professor, someone who you could bounce ideas with. It will give you some insight, and then you would work based on that insight, further do your own heavy lifting, do your own development along the line, but you're always using it as a virtual assistant, as virtual professor to support you. The final thing that is really important, and this applies to everyone, you don't have to be working in computational modeling, is using the artificial intelligence tools as a way to do your literature review. But of course, students always are concerned about this. Where are they getting it right? Where are they getting it wrong? Are they going to fall foul of the system? And I had that problem also, within my university, when I encouraged students to use AI tools for their literature review. And they felt that, I was setting them up for a fail. And so I had to then make a video, which I demonstrated clearly to them what they need to do. So this video is getting too long, and I'm preparing to go home, but I felt that, okay, I just needed to share this. So if you're really interested in learning how AI can be used in crafting an excellent literature review, this is a video that I've made. If you also want to use some of the other existing AI tools, this is a video I've made about SciSpace that can again help you use AI to leverage and make your literature review writing very easy. If you've not subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel so that when contents like this are made, you'll be the first to see it. Thanks for your interest in this channel, and I'll see you in the next. Bye-bye.